Seen a lot of messed up cases since I've been here in the true crime community. And I think the case that takes the cake is the Jennifer Kesse case. She's been missing for 17 years. The police don't give a damn about her. They literally handed back the case file to her parents and said, "Here, you guys can solve this. We're not going to waste any more man hours on it." She's been missing for 17 years, and there's no suspects, no leads in this case. And I just think it's bullcrap. Her birthday was not yesterday, but the day before. She turned 44 years old, and nobody cares about her except for her parents and her friends. Police don't care about her. They legit told her parents that they need to get over it. She's not coming home. Now, the last two people to see her alive was a guy named Chino and a guy named Ben. And they were working in her apartment before she left for St. Croix with her boyfriend. And they both took polygraphs. They passed polygraphs, but if you're a narcissist, you could pass a polygraph. It's not that hard. It really isn't. And one of the statements that Ben made on his pre-polygraph quiz was the last time he saw Jennifer was a week before she passed away. That's a very odd statement to make. And the person that parked her car a mile away from her house managed somehow not to get photographed by either camera. One shot was way far away and it was blurry. The other shot, which was closer and a lot more clear, you couldn't tell his face because his face was always obscured by a black metal post. And you had two eyewitnesses stated that the morning she left, she was clearly seen in her car struggling with somebody for the steering wheel, and she wasn't the one driving. There was another individual driving, and she was struggling to gain control of the steering wheel. And just like this detective for MBI, he was being interviewed by a reporter, and you could clearly tell he was holding back. He was holding something back. Just by the way he said that she's somewhere in between her condo and her work, buried deep, deep, deep. But when the reporter asked him about it, he instantly kind of backpedaled a little bit and said he wasn't allowed to discuss it. A missing persons advocate reached out to me here a few days ago in my comments section on my community page and asked me if I would take a look at this case, because she's been missing for 17 years, vanished without a trace, and nobody else is covering this case. except for one other person besides me. It's truly sad when a missing person falls between the cracks and everybody forgets about her. If she was my daughter, I would never stop fighting. I would never stop talking about it, and I would never stop until justice was done for my daughter. And clearly, the OPD, the Orlando Police Department, does not care about the outcome of justice because both of those suspects that was the last ones to see her alive, Ben and Chino, they were cleared. Even though there was two tips that came into the tip line early in the investigation that named Chino. Two named Chino. Was they just not paying attention to the tip line? We do not know. And even a witness stated that the person walking with their face obscured by the bars looked like Chino. At first, she thought it was somebody else, but when she actually looked at it and looked at the gate the person was walking, she said, "That looks like Chino." I'm still going to be covering this case till we get justice for Jennifer, justice for her parents, because I could not even fathom being in their shoes right now, knowing that my daughter is missing and I'm the only one that cares about her. Put yourself in the parents' shoes. It's got to be gut wrenching, guys, for her parents. 17 years of not knowing if their daughter is alive or dead. They have hopes that she's alive. I mean, her father and a friend of hers thinks that she might have been abducted and trafficked. Sex trafficking. It's just sad, guys. It really is. See, I thought the Idaho 4 case was a very convoluted case, a very messed up case. But when I started diving into the Jennifer Kesse case, it's way more messed up than the Idaho 4. At least in the Idaho 4 case, the police didn't hand the case file back to the victims' families and tell them, "Solve this yourself, we're done." That's what happened to her parents. Literally, the OPD handed the case files back to the parents and said, "Solve it yourself." Solve it yourself. Is there some reason why the Orlando Police Department don't want to handle the case? I mean, just like her dad said, that there was a sex trafficking ring working in Orlando around that time. And while she was in St. Croix, her brother and a couple of his friends were staying at her condo, and her brother's friend left his cell phone there, and was so anxious to get his cell phone back. She it said that she would mail it to him. 24 years old she was. 24. So much ahead in her life. She was doing so good. She had she had a job with a new promotion. She had purchased her first home, which was her condominium. She had her entire life to live, and then she went missing. Like always, guys, like, subscribe, and share my channel. Hit that bell notification for any new uploads. And I want to give a special shout out to 4 people that found their way back to me. And they are amazing, amazing people. You guys have a good night, and TCC out.